Hey, what's going on, guys? Twintuitive717 here. I'm back with another reading. We're going to dive right in to a collective message around the divine masculines, okay? We'll tap into their energy first and we'll see what the current energy is like and what they may be going through. And then I'll get the divine feminine's energy as well. Okay, so they could be going through some kind of transformation because we do have the nothingness card. That's death, meaningless, erasure, and forgetfulness. So I feel like a lot of them could be in the dark or going through the dark night of the soul, feeling really uncomfortable in their surroundings and maybe even in their own skin. A big theme for this collective is taking the mask off. A lot of them are really struggling to live life in their own way. There could be a tower moment where they feel like, I'm at this phase in my life. Do I just keep going along with whatever I'm currently doing, or do I put a death to this? Do I put an end to this and see what other opportunities come in for me? So I do feel like they're stuck right now. Okay, what's preventing them from making this decision? Okay, so we have imprisonment, okay, with the basement energy here, storage, imprisonment, damp. Something could be weighing down their energy, or it could be also too, like, I don't know why I'm getting this word, but parasitic. Okay, so I feel like there could be like spiritual parasitic energy. This comes in the form of like toxic people around us. We have to pay, like, I feel like for the divine masculines, they're saying to themselves, like, I need to pay attention to the people around me, like the environment that I'm keeping, the company that I'm keeping. Because I think what's happening is they're struggling to change their environment. They feel trapped in their environment because our environment and how we spend every day, like the things around us, even something simple as like our home, the people we share a home with, the people we may go to work and spend time with every day. A lot of your divine masculines could be absorbing energy at a very like fast pace. Before they weren't, but I feel like there's been some kind of shift where they're starting to feel it. Like they can't be around certain people. Their body as well could be struggling because let's say like they're used to drinking or smoking or certain drugs. It's like they feel more worn out and sick than ever. And it's their body's way of telling them like, hey, like I can't tolerate this stuff and I'm going to keep kicking your ass in all kinds of ways if you don't start paying attention. So this is what many of them could be struggling with right now, is really just to help clear up their energy. But in order to do that, they've definitely got to put an end to just certain things that are draining them. They need to be more disciplined and more in control. What's the outcome for the masculines? Okay, they miss you. Okay, so miss, wait, eager. A lot of them are longing to connect with you. I feel like you could represent this energy, a big hug. Only you know the right words to get them out of this funk that they're in, or maybe give them the push to create the death that they may need. It may come in the form of like a Queen of Swords type of energy. Okay, a lot of you are reconnecting with your masculines, but you're in a different energy this time, divine feminine. Maybe it may not be that warm hug that they're looking for. It could come in the form of a big shiny sword where the Queen of Swords really cuts through that ego and lets them know that, you know, they themselves, they've got to get through this one. I feel like for a lot of you, it has a lot to do with like your masculine's like environment, the people, especially relationships. It's a big theme that they're having a hard time with. They're straying further and further away from people who feel familiar in the form of family and friends. And that can be really scary because that in itself is the dark night of the soul. You know, feeling really comfortable, just letting things slide, going along with, you know, the wave. And then all of a sudden you start ascending and you start realizing like, wait a second, I have boundaries. I don't like that. I don't like this person. I don't like how that person talks to me, you know, like cut off. That was the divine feminines, okay? Queen of Swords shit. Many of you masculines may be emotionally struggling to get into that King of Swords energy, where they've got to be more assertive. They've got to discern more. And they can't be afraid of solitude. Many of them are struggling and holding on to a lot of toxicity because they fear solitude. Okay, they fear being assertive. They fear hurting others, right? Sometimes the King of Swords has to come to that realization that if somebody is weighing you down, they've got to go. Many of your masculines may be carrying the weight of other people as well, their emotions, a lot of their baggage, a lot of their responsibilities. And until they realize that they've got to cut that heaviness loose from them in order to grow or get to the next level, yeah, they're going to be feeling this entrapment basement type of energy where things seem good on the outside, but on the inside, it's like they can't seem to... I keep hearing it this way, but it's like get to the next level. And by what I mean by getting to the next level, if I really try to strip it down, it just feels like getting back to their inner child. I feel like the mirror could be significant as well. Like when many of your masculines look in the mirror, they don't like who they see. It's someone who they don't recognize. You know, many of them once upon a time, they really wanted to make a mark in the world, and they lost that somehow, but now that drive is back ever since they met the divine feminine. Okay, and they haven't taken their eye off of you, and the thing that keeps pushing them on this journey is that you don't quit divine feminine. Whoever you are, they definitely need a big hug from your energy because you're optimistic. You fiercely kick through the obstacles in life. There's nothing that can energetically bring you down. I mean, you may stumble, you might fall, but you always get the F back up. And that's just how you roll. So that's why many of them have respect now for the divine feminine energy. Because they're starting to see like, holy shit, how did you fight this ascension bullshit? Sorry, guys. Many of them could feel like that. How did you fight off this ascension bullshit? You know, and for many of us, it is spiritual clarity, spiritual strength. So a lot of them are really yearning for just any type of energy from you at this time. I feel like only you have the language that would get them out of this funk that they're in. This is why I miss you maybe coming up here. A lot of them could be eagerly awaiting communication again. Just the sound and vibration of your voice alone starts to heal them. Okay, many of them could be really dying just to have a conversation with you. And again, your words will heal them. I'm hearing, though, it might come with a tower moment. Because I don't see, like, you see how it says comfort, care, and closeness? That's what they're longing for. But because you've experienced ascension also, if they're ascending, you've definitely already ascended, divine feminine, okay? You've already reached the new level, okay? And this is what has prompted them now to march from the level before. And I feel like for a lot of your divine masculines, it is like inner strength, okay? How did you find the inner strength to do it? What are they missing from you? What do they wish they had, divine feminine? What do they see in you that you were utilizing at this time that they just wish that they could come near you and get some of it? Okay, so we have Song of the Siren. Okay, so the call, summoning voice to acknowledge. So, you know, for me, the siren energy for the divine feminines, like it's your sexuality, okay? Your beauty, your essence. Many of you sunk right into the divine feminine. And I feel like for a lot of your divine masculines, it's craving your sexuality because sexuality is creativity. Okay, so a lot of them could be craving your beauty. I feel like you are something that they get lost in. You're something to be admired. Don't be surprised, guys, if when you do meet up with your masculines in the physical, they breathe really heavily in your presence, almost to the point where you're gonna ask them, like, are you okay? Like, do you think you're gonna pass out? Because it's that siren energy that I feel like a lot of them, they need. It's your song. It's for a lot of you, it's your voice. Your voice is really sensual. That's what I'm getting out of the siren here, because I hear somebody singing, or your voice alone sounds like singing, or your words heal, or music to my ears. That's what it is. Whenever you guys talk to your divine masculine and they're in this kind of energy, if they're lucky enough to have access to you at this time that they're going through this darkness, if the universe has blessed them with a gateway to be able to connect with you, music to my ears. I just need to one conversation, just 5 minutes alone. And whatever you have to say to them, it's like music to their ears. So a lot of them could be missing your wisdom as well, Divine Feminine. Okay, let's see what else they may long for at this time with the Divine Feminine's energy. Why do they miss you? Imrama. Okay, so this is wonder, voyage, crossing deep waters, pilgrimage, journey of the soul. Okay, so I'm hearing, I want to hold your hand. They wish that you could just hold their hand through this journey. Like they're literally telling you in this card, how on earth did you get through the journey with such grace? Because some of the hard stuff they're facing right now, like having to cut off people, go into isolation, sit with themselves and really contemplate, like, what do I want to achieve in this life instead of just wasting it away? That is that big fish to fry at this time with the Divine Masculine Collective. They can't deny it. Y'all can't deny it. I'm gonna ride it. You don't want to with me. That's the Divine Feminines. They see you as like, how did you do that? How did you do it? I want to just ignore the hell out of you and mind my own business. The problem is, I can't. I'm drawn to you. I'm drawn to the way that you do life's journey is what it is they're trying to say to you. It makes me feel in love with you, engulfed by you, enamored. Your energy overwhelms me. It makes me feel like I need to be doing more. I need to live cleaner. I need to live with more intention. Damn, Divine Feminine. Whoever you are, you're definitely exceeding expectations on this Twin Flame journey assignment. Oh, you had Iman going crazy. What he could do. What he could do. What I could do to ascend. Let's see what else is going on with the Divine Feminines. Adrift, okay? So letting go, allowing a higher force to take charge for a time. Okay, so your ability to just surrender to a higher power. So I feel like many of your Divine Masculines as well could be struggling to reach out for angelic assistance or divine assistance. Okay, so struggling to get back to things like prayer. Okay, for a lot of you Divine Feminines, you have no shame and you're very confident about being a woman of faith, being a woman of prayer, knowing that you have a strong, solid connection with your ancestors, the universe. You don't care how it looks to other people. This is what you've been raised with. This is what you were born into. And many of your Divine Masculines, on a deep soul level, they can't help but just get carried away, overwhelmed with the idea that you have the universe on your side. They see you as a magical woman, whoever you are, Divine Feminine. They are literally craving your healing energy. Some of them too could feel like they're just drifting by as well, or they may just be getting lost, not really doing anything. This is how they could feel in the company of other people as well, just kind of dazed on the journey. It's like, I know I should be doing something important, and instead I'm here engaging in things that are just continuing to lower my vibration. Okay, so I feel like they're struggling to keep their head above water with this card here. How did you get past that energy is what they're feeling like, Divine Feminines. Okay, one more card on the Divine Feminine energy. So we have sacrifice. There are those worth making, and then there are those that will destroy you. Wow, interesting. Okay, so it's clear that you are definitely pointing out this lesson at this time. That's why I was talking about a lot of the karmic towers falling as well. So many of your masculines could realize that the very people that they could be giving to in relationships, this could be family, friends, lovers, even like grown children, if your Divine Masculine is a lot older, they could be realizing that, sometimes, giving, the very people that are around them are the very things that are destroying them. And in fact, their act of just trying to love or trying to sacrifice or trying to be there is eating away at a lot of their spiritual vitality. They know that there's big changes ahead of them. That's why many of them could feel so overwhelmed, needing just one conversation with you. I'm also hearing taking things for granted. A lot of them could crave spiritual conversations with you as well at this time. Okay, let's end off this reading by asking what's in the masculine's heart space. Yeah, let your friends help you. Okay, so many of them are in this place of asking for help, reaching out for assistance. They definitely have taken a lot of inspiration from you in terms of your connection with the universe and your connection to your faith. And I feel like a lot of them are like, listen, I don't care how this looks. I'm going in for it. If the divine feminine is finding such beauty and success and she's thriving, then I'm going to give this a shot and ask for help and support. And I feel like that's been really difficult for many of your masculines to do on this journey because they've strayed so far away from having faith in anything bigger than themselves. You know, many of them have been living through their ego, just living in the like 3D, just getting caught up in a lot of the things that are designed to look shiny, but really, you know, it's there as an illusion. Remember the movie Spirited Away? When her parents were and they entered into the ghost town and they just wanted to like eat and eat and eat. And then the daughter was like, no, like something's not right here. And she's like, guys, don't eat that food. And they're like, what do you mean don't eat the food? She's like, there's no one in this town. Yeah, and they ended up turning into pigs, and she has to go on this journey to try to turn them back to human. But I feel like it's for the divine feminines. Like many of you have realized like what happens when you engage in a lot of the 3D stuff that's not real. It consumes you, and then it turns you into, you know, just doing what everybody else does. I feel like a lot of your divine masculines, they are struggling to go a different route than everybody else right now. And you are probably the biggest motivator in their lives right now to keep their head above water or to actually get themselves out of a lot of the toxic entanglements that we started with. Okay, this feeling of nothingness, you know, trying to feel something more. I'm hearing also with this card, Numb by, is it Linkin Park? I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the lyrics. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. I don't know what you're expecting of me, put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. And he's like, caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. And then he says, every step that I take is another mistake to you. And every second I waste is more than I can take. Look up that song, guys. It could be really significant. I feel like it'll go hand in hand with this reading. It's a representation of many of your masculines really struggling to get out of very deep, dark waters. And while they're in these deep, dark waters, they can see the moonlight. And the moonlight is the divine feminines. So they know that it's like they're almost there. Okay, it's just some tough stuff they've got to get through first. That kind of King of Swords shit. They got to pull out their sword. Find wherever the sword is in the house. That's your first goal. Okay, sharpen it up, shine it up, and then, yeah, head out on your way, divine masculines. All right, so that's what I have for you guys for this one. If you guys would like to get in touch with me for a personal session, check out the links in my bio. I do have a July special going on right now. And if you guys would like to get in touch with me for a personal one-to-one session, it is 75% off the first 10 minutes right now. So I'd love to connect with you guys one-on-one if you're guided to. Otherwise, there are channel memberships as well. So if you guys would like to search for a part 2 to this reading, check out the channel memberships and some of the titles I've got in there. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.